What's up? This is Bianca Shaw. You're listening to Queen Bars on 24/7 HH, and I'm about to recite a verse from you from Only Difference. I'm writing notes when the bass drop is treble. Look, no key unlock this level, something never rebel. When you rise to number one, them zeros follow, and I'm worth a meal. Backstabbers, they eat a meal with you, but nobody wanna build with you. If it's murder, then it's probably be you ain't heard our body beats. Step up in the booth, look like they all had a lobotomy. And Nas said you wanna break bread with the God. In this case, it's the goddess. I'ma always be modest, but bullshit, I'ma call it. I was actually just thinking about, like my upbringing, what I wanted to relate to the audience, and we actually wrote this at Audio Mag in New York with me and Taylor Bennett. So I thought it was just a dope collab for us to get on when we were out there doing our press run. That's something I learned in the industry. You gotta ask for what you want, or you probably ain't gonna get it. And you know what I'm saying? So he was just like, yeah, let's kind of get a beat, and we gonna come up with something right here, right now. So we did exactly that. He threw on the beat. His name, the producer, was T Gus. Shout out to him in New York at Audio Mac. And that was it. We just we wrote it, me and Taylor Bennett, and it was a vibe. It was a vibe. I really had a good time with this. What to help my nerves and stuff, because it was around people I've never been around like that. I'm like, then I have to deliver. It can be kind of. I have bad anxiety sometimes when I get in front of cameras and microphones. This was in my setting. I'm in a studio. I've been doing this forever. I've been doing this for a long time. So me writing this, that was nothing. So I just kind of let my mind go there to wherever the beat was leading me. When I say back, I actually just called my cousin about this. When I'm when you rise to number one, them zeros follow, and I'm worth a meal. Backstabbers, they eat a meal with you, but nobody want to build with you. He told me what that was called, because I was looking for something they say it's metaphor, simile, but I forgot what he said. So I'm gonna try to Google that again. But I basically was saying, I feel like I'm number one, and when that happens, when you rise to number one, you followed by a bunch of yes men, you followed by a bunch of people who don't really have your best interest at heart, and you gotta try to stay consistent in who you are. And then the backstabbers eating a meal with you, but they not really trying to build with you. They just want you for where you at the moment, and as soon as that happen, they gonna leave. That's something I thought about when how people say if you moving, that's how you know who your real friend is. And sometimes they disappear. They disappear when you really need them the most. So that's what I was thinking about there. So what I'm doing with just maintaining my balance in the industry is making sure that I stay close to my roots, which is my family, which is God, which are the friends that's been around me that I know are my true friends. And in the industry, of course, it's very far removed from spirituality, I feel like, because everybody's after money. Everybody's after what can make me, this amount of money. Ain't nobody worried about if it's right or wrong. And that's my spirituality. What's right and what's wrong. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. You trying to play other people for your well-being, and I don't rock with that. So I just kind of try to stay to myself, make sure that I ask for guidance, and then I move that way. I move around. New chick in it, call me Colonel. Flow be on Inferno. Niggas thinking it's a turn on when I come on from Holy City, where operators don't care if they save us. Maybe get to see you later. Niggas be curled up like Slater. Meet your savior when death at your doorstep. Money leave your soulless. New shoes but your soulless. Coming to see me, come and meet defeat. That's a sticky situation like gum underneath the seat. Royalty with a hint of street, and you know where I be. 15 CP. You can come and find me. Come and find me, yeah. I always call myself the rap goddess just because I feel like, I got what it takes. But as far as, things that stood out, I would say just like the new shoes but you're soulless. I say that because we so consumed with what we have on, what we wearing, what we got. We got a couch. I mean, you more concerned about the things that you have on your body and your car than, what's up here. And again, what's inside of you, and your spirituality and whatnot. So are you treating people good? Forget your shoes, forget all that other stuff. So what first started me with kind of trying to be more lyrical was my older brother Meech. He actually kind of planted that seed. He would always listen to Biggie, Tupac, MF Doom, just some of the greats. I embodied that, and he always told me just don't quit, just keep going. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't just a good female MC. I wanted to make sure people just say she could spit, like she just a good MC, because that's a lot of times you get that, oh, she good for a girl. You know, I didn't want to be that. I just wanted to be great overall. No, I was always scared to sing, even though I've been singing my whole life. Like, my mom is the director of the church choir, and we've been growing up singing since I can remember. You know, I got scared and shied away from that, and I started rapping. Like, I seen Bow Wow on TV, to be honest, and he was a kid rapping. I'm like, maybe I could do this too. So I started rapping in front of like a summer camp, and they was going crazy. It was like I won like the 6th ring, and you know, I started doing it from there. But for the singing, I just kind of got back into it. I don't know, it's just something that when it's naturally there, it just comes to you. I'm from the west side of Chicago. They call it Holy City, which is something that I mentioned in the bars that I just did. I seen a lot, I've been through a lot, and that's what I want to try to reflect in my music. Also, just to try to give people hope, you know, from, you don't matter where you come from. It's about what's up here. It's about what's in here. So that's what I, you know, try to embody, and I try to give that energy back to them. And, you know, I talk to a lot of youth, and I volunteer a lot just because I didn't have anybody to talk to, you know, when I was growing up. And I didn't have no role models except for the people I seen on TV. So I want to be, you know, that light. So that's all I'm striving to be. Absolutely. People can say what they want to say, but I feel like growing up on the west side gave me a lot of character. So it gave me character, and it made me appreciative of the things that I didn't have when I was growing up. You know, it was 4 of us sleeping in one bunk bed. You know, that's something now, you know, like when you grow older, you like, dang, we had hard times, but I didn't think it was a hard time when I was growing up because our family structure was so close and our belief in God was so close that we didn't know we were poor. We just were living and having a great time. It's not until you get older that you realize, like, man, we really didn't have no money. But, you know, I feel like that's what it gave me. It gave me character, it gave me hope, and just aspirations to be the best I can be, and not that I'm a product of my environment. My success, it does not come from tangible items. So I'll always consider it to be intangible, which is touching as many people as I can with the gift that I feel like God has given me. So whether that be inspiring, which is really what I wanted. I want to inspire people to be the best that they can be. So I want to bring out the better in them, even when they think that there's nothing left for them to hold on to. So, I mean, all the accolades, like the Grammys and stuff, that's something everybody wants. But when you think about it, some of your greats don't really have a Grammy, right? So, you know, I think that's really the thing for me to inspire. And I'm inspired from them being inspired. We have plenty of things outside of music, just more so me giving back my time to the community and me giving back my time to like school kids all around Chicago, and just more of my philanthropic work as far as like whether it be something like billboards on the west side, because there's always like some McDonald's and like buy 3 extensions, get 1 free, 1-800 law, like something like that. I want to make it something where it would inspire and like, you know, spark the brain of somebody who wants to, I don't know, give back to the rest of the world. So I'm doing things like that, just trying to figure out what we want to put up, and healthy eating, because you know it's always a food drought, and then just more like panels to discuss women in the industry. So I want to get back to that, and also working with more female artists. So besides the music, I have a lot that I want to do to kind of just engage the community and engage more women in hip hop, so that we can discuss the things that's happening so that they won't continue to happen. I would suggest to let your voice be heard, and that's it. You don't have to be quiet. You don't, you know, make sure that you keep your ideas and you work on your ideas, because sometimes, you know, when you're at the table, you'll say your idea and they'll be like, oh, that's not a good idea, and then they'll go and do the idea like themselves. So I just want to say stand firm and make sure that you believe in what you're doing, because as long as you believe that, can't nobody tell you nothing. You can find me on BiancaShaw.com. That's BiancaShaw. Instagram at Bianca Shaw Music. And then Twitter, Facebook, the same. So thank you guys very much for having me.